Ladies and gentlemen, it's TitoClock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
Guys, what's up? Hello, everybody. Welcome to TitoClock. It's Tito James and the rest of the crew all the way through till about 6 p.m. Roughly, give or take a minute or two. Hi, Mayan. Hi, June. Look at that. Sure as the sun shines, rises in the east and sets in the west, there's May and June. Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. What happened to my music? I was finally okay. I was going to say I'm finally okay, and then that happens. All right, so welcome to the show. What are we? We are about 100 people so far, 99 on the board, 101. Okay, I think we can pretty much get started. We have a pretty big show lined up for you. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. One is going to be very important, especially for the motorists who are around Quezon City, etc., because it's going to be the introduction of the new non-contact apprehension. Now, this can get a little tricky for people who are on the road because, well, if the ones going by Manila were any sort of standard to go by, yeah, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of worry, anxiety over it. And we're going to get all that cleared up by the people who are in charge of it. So how's the music? Is that okay? Because it's coming across pretty loud for me over here. We'll see. What does everyone say? Pretty good? Yep. Okay. Okay, no dramas. Yeah, I don't see any violent reactions, so I guess that means it's okay. So aside from that, we'll also be doing the we're not going to be able to do Free Plug Friday today, unfortunately. I'm so sorry about that. We had some difficulties, and also Rocket Next can't be with us here in the studio today, so we're going to have to skip the Free Plug Friday just for this week, but we're going to make up for it. And we'll make up for it with raffles. How about that? All right. So before all of that gets started, let's kick it off with the latest and headlines. So for that, we need Chris. Chris, what you got for us, Chris?
Hello, Tito James. Good afternoon and happy Friday, my fellow Tito Clockers. This is Chris for your Tito Clock News. The Department of Health said today that they have not detected Delta sublineage reported in Europe in its monitoring of COVID-19 cases in the country. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire said that health authorities are monitoring 46 sublineages of the Delta variant, but the particular Delta sublineage has not yet been detected among the COVID-19 positive samples sequenced in the country. Earlier this week, the Britain reported that it was monitoring a subvariant of the AY.4.2 variant, but Prime Minister Boris Johnson's spokesman has said that there was no evidence it spreads easily. François Balou, professor of computational systems biology at University College London, said that AY.4.2 is still fairly low frequency. A 10% increase in its transmissibility could have caused only a small number of additional cases. Vergeire called on the public to continue adhering to minimum public health standards to curb transmission and slow down the appearance of mutations of the coronavirus. She also urged Filipinos to get fully vaccinated as protection against severe COVID-19. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. said today a total of 5,781 adolescents aged 15 to 17 years old with comorbidities have been vaccinated against COVID-19 by 8 hospitals tapped for the pediatric vaccination in the country. DOH said the ceremonial program for the vaccination of 12 to 17 years old will be held at the Cardinal Santos Medical Center, Hospital ng Parañaque, and Quezon City General Hospital. According to San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora, 140 minors with comorbidities will be vaccinated today in Cardinal Santos Medical Center. The DOH estimates around 1.2 million children with comorbidities aged 12 to 17 years old nationwide. The agency previously said children seeking vaccination must get a clearance from their doctors as well as give their consent and assent. Meanwhile, medical conditions such as medical complexity, genetic condition, neurologic condition, metabolic or endocrine diseases, cardiovascular diseases, obesity, HIV infection, tuberculosis, chronic respiratory disease, renal disorders, hepatobiliary disease, and those who are immunocompromised due to disease or treatment are eligible for vaccination. Melbourne residents flocked to the city's pubs, restaurants, and hair salons in the early hours of Friday, October 22, after the world's most locked down city emerged from its most recent spate of restrictions designed to combat the spread of COVID-19. Australia's second largest city endured 262 days, or nearly 9 months, of restrictions during 6 separate lockdowns since March 2020, representing the longest cumulative lockdown for any city in the world. 70% of adults in Australia are now fully vaccinated. Australia had stayed largely virus free for most of this year until a third wave of infections fueled by the Delta variant spread across its southeast from late June, forcing months long lockdowns in its largest cities. Melbourne's reopening will be a boost for the country's 2 trillion Australian dollars, or 1.51 trillion US dollars economy after recent lockdowns pushed it to the brink of a second recession in many years. Even with the Delta outbreaks, Australia's coronavirus numbers are still far lower than those of many comparable nations, with some 152,000 cases and 1,590 deaths. Michael Jordan, Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and LeBron James highlight the National Basketball Association's 75th anniversary team, which was announced on Thursday. The members of the team have won a total of 158 NBA championships and amassed 730 All-Star selections leading up to the league's landmark 75th anniversary season, which began on Tuesday with the Milwaukee Bucks unveiling their championship banner. A panel of voters were asked to choose the 75 greatest players of all time, but the league ended up settling on 76 players instead of 75. There are 6 international stars from a half-dozen countries, comprising of Giannis Antetokounmpo of Greece, Patrick Ewing of Jamaica, Steve Nash of Canada, Dirk Nowitzki of Germany, and Hakeem Olajuwon, Nigeria, and Tim Duncan of U.S. Virgin Islands. The voting panel included several current and former players. The voting panel included several current and former players who are also named to the team, including Rick Barry, Julius Erving, Stephen Curry, and Scottie Pippen. And those were the latest in headlines. Are we ready, everybody? Let's get Tito James back because it's time to look at the inbox. Ooh, I don't know what happened.
All right, hit me, baby, one more time.
All right, let's do this, Brittany.
Sound in the background.
It was my other background music.
Okay, I was wondering what's going on here. All right.
Yeah.
Up for us there. We're gentle. I'm still
all right. Viewer discretion is advised, people. Beware, be aware, be wary. All right. First up, we have anyari. Hindi ko rin alam kung ano nangyari. But look at the tacti.
What the heck was that? Oh my God, I missed it because oh no.
Because I had to play it several times as well.
Oh my God, that's bad. One last, please. One last.
Again.
Getting diverted with because there's a scammer in the comment section.
Oh, that's why. Hello, scammer.
Yeah. So
I hope you're happy with your life.
You don't do that, man. I hate it when people are like, put these stupid things about, send us your crypto and we'll send you back twice the amount. And I don't know what I'm upset about more. I'm getting distracted. Which one I want to hate on more? It just bugs.
Maybe just concentrate on the inbox.
All right, inbox. Labo yun,
May,
labo. Okay, so go.
may nanalo. All right. The next one is
Next.
called Who's at Fault? I'm guessing it's one of the trees there for the second video.
All right, let's see. You know those trees kasi are very pasaway.
Uh-uh.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the tree. Definitely the
Diba?
tree.
Yep.
Yeah. Can't even
You
see the
agree,
tree,
diba?
but yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
tree somewhere on the right side.
It's a kamote tree, or is it
Yeah.
tan, tan, tan. What goes through a kamote's brain when you enter a moving like a through road? You're entering a street, and you just don't even think of stopping, slowing down, checking. Basta,
Living on
uy,
the edge, playing with
wow.
danger.
All right.
Baka
Okay.
ano,
You keep living
baka
on the
idol niya
edge.
si Ross Geller. He's like,
Ayun.
Unagi.
It's like that thing I posted about the edge.
Oh,
What is your
oh yeah.
edge? My
What
edge is
is your
19
edge?
po.
Oh yes.
19.
Edge is just a number. All
Just,
right.
oh, we got okay,
Oh,
okay. I gotta
diba?
brush up on the jokes. We got it from roll.
Sige. Okay, let's go to the next one. It's called A Barrier Problems pala from SM North yesterday.
Oh, oh man, this is so upsetting. All right, just just for a second, I'm gonna have to say something about this. It's just at some point, I know in the beginning they were coming down hard on the drivers and they were blaming the drivers all the time. And they even
Mhm.
came up with this formal campaign about Barry the barrier,
Barry.
stop hitting Barry, leave Barry alone. But it's lost its for me it's lost its welcome and its novelty already because too many people are hitting these things. You can't keep
Mm-hmm.
blaming the public for it. There's something
Yeah.
obviously wrong. I understand where the MMD are coming from when they were saying, well, you just have to. There were some instances where, yes, it was definitely the driver's fault, but
Yes.
this is too often. It's just too often.
Yeah.
And even if it was at some point the driver's fault, right? Even if you were seeing, okay, each one was the driver's fault, you got to ask yourself, these are new accidents that weren't happening pre-barrier. We
Yep.
got to look at this. We got to figure out a better way. This is just ridiculous. Yeah, too many times already. Too many times. And kawawa naman this guy. I don't know the backstory. It could even be that person's fault. I don't know. But when you have an obstacle like that, it shouldn't be there in the road. It just shouldn't. It's just like when they put traffic enforcers in the middle of EDSA to do their little. I hate that because sometimes you're not supposed to be on a national road, on an arterial road. You wouldn't put your desk on a main road and start working out
True.
there. So why do you expect these people to do it? Seriously, we've already lost several MMDA officers killed on the spot, right? Or being run over.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
another example of you can't just say, well, the driver should just be more aware. Patay na yung tao. Patay na.
Wala na.
And
Yes.
for what?
Hindi
Just
na eh.
to get coding or something stupid like that? Come on. All right. I thought
True.
I would make it.
Okay.
Ganda.
Hinga. All right. Be careful on the roads, people. Always, always. All right. I think we're halfway there. Yes. We're down to our second half. And this is one of your posts earlier. It's called Tambuko. Wala
Yeah, we
na akong
changed
maisip
it.
ng ibang ano.
We changed it, right?
Tambambuko.
No, we made it because of one Brent who's usually watching here in the comments as well. Brent put out on the comments. He said it's a bambucho.
Bambucho.
So that was much better.
Yes, bambucho is correct.
It's a bambucho.
Mas witty yun. Mas
Thanks,
witty
Brent.
daw yun. Thank you, Brent. Ang creative
Okay.
nyo doon. Sana safe yung
sobra.
bambuko nyo.
Sobra. I mean, I don't know why I said tambuko because it
Bambucho.
looked like a buko, but a buko doesn't look like that. Buko's not,
Yeah,
the texture
maybe
looks like buko. The shape
buko
is
was the
definitely,
first thing that came to mind. But
I
yeah, it
know,
is
right?
a bambuko.
Bambucho it is.
Bambucho, yes. Congratulations to the creative minds. All right. Up next, let's have Don't Forget to Lock Up.
Oh
O,
yeah,
di
and
ba?
your windows up too. Just in case there's a storm.
Yes.
This looks like
Para fresh air.
something I'd do. This is something I'd do for my house. Yeah, I
Di
could
ba?
relate to this.
Very
All
you,
love.
very Tito James.
Hey, I feel you,
I'm
bro. I feel
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure idol ka niya, Tito James.
But
Kaya
I'm
ganyan yan.
wondering
Yeah.
when this person goes home and walks up to their gate, do they use their key and go, "Prut, prut, where's my drum?
Maybe.
Where's my drum?"
Wait lang, mabagal ang kalaban.
Ang bagal talaga ng kalaban
Ang
talaga. My
bagal ng
God.
kalaban. Ang PLDT, sorry na.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
next.
Next. Um, this is the last one. It's called Wanted Wilder.
Oh,
Maybe
my
it's a wilder for the wielding, or maybe it's a wilder because for the wild.
You don't be wilder, but yeah, that's funny. That's funny. One that we all know what he's looking for, a wilder. But
A wilder.
I
A
hope you
wilder of the
find the very
Mjolnir.
well. So
I
that's
hope you find a
funny.
good
Okay.
one. Oh,
Yeah,
diba, Queen James? Tito James, we made it! We made it! And my internet made it as well. Thank you, Tito James. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much, everybody. May we all have a fantastic weekend. Advanced congratulations once again to our raffle winners. Avoid kamote people, but always choose happiness with some sugar rush. Belated happy birthday, X. Advanced happy birthday, Mona Roldan. Let's all stay safe, healthy, and hydrated. This is Chris. See you guys. Bye, everyone. Bye, Tito. Mwah!
That's the happy chirpy voice of Chris, she's in charge of all the headlines and the inbox. And if you like Chris's voice, and if you want to do any get any voice work done by Chris, there's all her details going to be flashed up and scrolling on the bottom there. You can hook up there on IG. I always bad choice of words, not hook up. When I say hook up, I mean you can book. You can book her. Hookup is a completely different app. I think you know what I mean. So could we just throw in IG, Chris's IG handle there in the bottom, so that people who would like to look at maybe getting her for some kind of voice work, pop it over there. Unfortunately, like I mentioned in the opening, we don't have Pre-Plug Friday today. Unfortunately, we had some issues, and obviously X is not here in the studio today, so we can't do that live either. Rocket is being a diva, so he couldn't come either. So sorry about that, but we'll make up for it. Definitely with the raffles and all that. But speaking of the raffles, yeah. Okay, I just want to say this. We have a just so it's clear, our raffles are, we do not require you to do anything. We do not ask for anything. You definitely don't have to pay anything. Just pop your hand up, as almost all TitoClockers would know. But we asked you to contact us within 24 hours, just so we can settle the raffle already, because obviously we keep it up, and then after a while it just gets confused. So we put it up for 24 hours. It's just a basic minimum requirement just to be present, just like you would in your office party or any type of raffle. You need to be virtually present. It's not fair to those who tune in, or at least find out whether they won or not. And as long as you contact us within 24 hours, no problem at all. We had a very strange situation today, which first time in 7 years, where a raffle winner who won a very major prize, actually the major prize, won't say anymore the brand, not that it has anything to do with the brand, but just a very strange interaction with this person who became extremely demanding. Yeah, I mean, like, I've never encountered a more entitled person, and to think this was a completely free raffle that this person won. Was contacted us. We got straight back to her, said, great, okay. The prize is going to arrive hopefully this week, but it's coming straight from the manufacturer that gave it. And so we'll definitely keep you up to date. that was just last Friday. And yeah, by today they were throwing a fit, calling us a scam and all that. Pretty painful stuff. So don't do that. I mean, that's kind of ruining it for everybody. I was just totally shocked. I was even in two minds whether I should bring it up. But 7 years, I've never encountered somebody who's been so demanding and entitled. I even had to message the person and tell them, look, if you're going to continue like this, we're just going to put you directly in touch with the brand that's giving the prize. We're going to cut ourselves out. We don't owe you anything. We were going to give you free delivery just out of courtesy, just out of niceness. But if you're going to be like, where's my prize? This is all a scam. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not cool. Not cool at all. So sadly, we had to block the person. Of course, she's still going to get her prize as much as, we definitely don't think she deserves it anymore, but that's not the point. The point is transparency. The point is consistency. And whether or not we like the person or not, shouldn't matter. We want to be fair about these things. That's why we use software to pick out the raffles winners. That's why we're transparent with everything. We draw it live so that everyone knows what's going on. It's just a giving back to the community thing. Again, not asking for anything back in return. Nothing, except for just being a little polite. And yeah, as I said, if I'm looking like I'm a little bit, rattled by it, it's just I've never in all my time encountered anyone like this, and to be actually like suggested, is this a scam? Excuse me, we got back to you straight away saying congratulations, you've won. Not once did anyone say you're not winning this. Not once. Congratulations. Here's the people that we need to, just wait till they deliver it to us, and we'll deliver it to you free of charge. Free of charge. No problem at all. But no, they were like, no, if it's not here, maybe you don't have the prize, the person was saying. And if you don't have the prize, it's a scam. Wow. Okay. So I had to get that off my chest because it's just something that I was just shocked with. And then seeing this whole community and witnessing this week after week for the last 7 years, seeing how it changes people's lives. Because some of these prizes are, we've given up to over 100,000 peso prizes to people, cash prizes, TVs, super expensive brand name stuff. And this can be life-changing for some people. I know for a fact it has changed some lives. I mean, people who've won, let's say, a 50 or 60,000 peso smartphone, totally changed their lives. I know some of them have had to sell it to get some money and stuff like that. And hey, that's fine. That's your prize. We don't tell you what you should and shouldn't do with it. But you see firsthand the impact it has on these people's lives. So we don't ever want to stop doing the raffles because it just brings so much joy to people, and especially people who don't feel like they're shocked because they're like, I didn't buy this, I didn't know, and I didn't expect it. And that's what makes it so beautiful. It's just coming straight from, it's just luck of the draw, So yeah, it was really sad. I was just very, very, very disappointed, and it didn't stop with one phone call. It was like, to have to block the person. Of course, like I said, we set up another group with the brand themselves. So just deal direct. If you're suggesting this is a scam, we don't want to talk to you. I mean, my gosh, talk straight to the brand and we won't even bother with you anymore. Anyway, let's not let that ruin a good afternoon because we still have 2 more major raffle prizes. And I know none of the TitoClockers here will ever be like that. You know what? Just pop us a message. We'll take care of it. We'll make sure that you get it. All we want is just to make people happy. And if you're not happy, well, it's defeated the purpose. And if it wasn't because we hold the sacredness of the transparency of the raffle so sacred, then we would have probably just said, listen, we don't owe you anything. You don't win the prize anymore. But, that goes against our core values too. We want to make sure that this is as straightforward as possible. All right, so that's that. I guess now we are, I don't think our guests are here just yet. So we're just waiting for that and before we do the raffle, because we are talking about something very, very important. And this is the non-contact traffic apprehension system. So if you have any questions for us in advance while we're waiting for our guests, pop them into the comment section here. I'm sure a lot of you do have them, because if it was anything like what we had in Manila, a lot of you were flooding us with questions because you were kind of, I guess, overwhelmed with what's this? Is this new technology? How am I going to navigate my way through it? What do I do? These are all very, very genuine questions. And we're very lucky enough to have with us today from the No Contact Violation group. Basically, these are the people who will be operating all of this. So they are here to answer our questions. We've got General Elmo San Diego, the head of the Department of Public Order and Safety for Quezon City. Welcome to the show. General San Diego, welcome to the show. Okay, we're still getting your camera all set up. You got your camera set up there?
Yeah, I'm good. I had a problem with my PC a while back. So I switched to my phone.
Okay, no problem at all. Are you okay there? You don't mind holding that up? It looks like it's handheld. Maybe you want to get one of your traffic enforcers who do the no contact violations to hold your phone for you.
Yeah, my staff are out of the office already. I'm alone in my office right now, James. I'm sorry.
That's no problem. Okay, we won't make it too long so that you don't build up your biceps and stuff holding your phone up. Alam ko medyo masakit dito to keep it like that in selfie mode. So firstly, General, thank you very much for joining us here, General San Diego. What few questions that we have for you. Firstly, perhaps just to get everybody on the same page, you can explain the objectives of the No Contact Apprehension Program, or NCAP, that's being enforced now in Quezon City. What problem are you trying to solve?
Yeah, James, we've been collecting data relative to the road crosses we had in our city, and it appears that most of the road crosses occur at night or wee hours in the morning, and that was actually the time when there are no traffic enforcers deployed in our roadways. And after a while, we're looking for the solution for this very big concern of our mayor, and we suggested that it's about time we deploy cameras. These are the NCAP cameras, which are basically deployed right now in around the roadways in the city.
Okay. Now, these NCAP cameras, are you allowed to tell people where they are so that they can drive more cautiously and be aware of where these are stationed?
Yeah, James, in fact, will be deploying signages in 15 places where NCAP cameras are deployed. I'll make sure that these are in conspicuous places in about 15 intersections in the city.
How many did you say? How many intersections?
A total of 15 or 15 cameras are initially installed in strategic intersections. These are the one, James, where we had data relative to the most number of road crosses. We call this as the traffic term is black spots. These are the black spots in our roadways.
Okay. Now, what are you looking for in terms of violations? Do you have specific violations that the camera is programmed for, or are these just manually watched by your crew and then they do violations from there? How does this work?
Yeah, it was defined in the IRR, James. There are several violations on the list, but these are kind of generic and more often related to driver's attitude, which are what we call reckless driving. These are violations like beating the red light, disregarding traffic signs, illegal parking, and the like.
Okay, Myla has a comment, but I think she might have misheard us. It's 15 cameras, not 1,500, right?
Yeah, correct. 15. These are the initial cameras which will be deployed.
Yeah, 1,500. Medyo nasa kwarto mo na yan eh.
Yeah.
Ooh, you run out of spots in intersections. Yeah. Okay, so it's just 15 mile. You can relax. You can calm down. All right. So just to be clear with people, they are manned by your personnel. So there's a human element in basically determining whether it's a violation. This is not an automated like a speed camera will automatically just trip off after a certain speed. No human intervention. This one still requires a little bit of discretion.
Yeah, James. In fact, we're establishing a command center right here in City Hall, so that we'll be able to monitor the traffic situation in those places 24/7.
Okay. Now, what can motorists expect as their rights when they are presented with this no contact violation? What sort of rights do they have to contest, to, let's say, yeah, argue the case just in case they feel that it's an unfair violation? What are the steps and protocol for that?
Yeah, very good question, James. We in fact organize what we call a traffic adjudication board, and all types of violation is contestable if they are not, they do not agree with the kind of violations imposed on them. Then we can use this channel to contest the apprehension made.
This is the same adjudication board that they had in Manila, made up of the same type of people.
Yeah, basically it's the same all throughout all throughout the cities who employ NCAP in Metro Manila. We follow the same protocols.
Same. Okay. So I can say with that I have semi-personal experience with it. A friend of mine did contest this violation, and he did give very good feedback because he said that he was able to argue his case, and in that particular case, they were able to see okay, yeah, this is probably something that we can let slide for now because it was a little alanganin. So I can say on a semi-personal note, being secondhand information, that the adjudication board did work very well for this particular case. So I hold a lot of hope and positiveness for that. What about was there a public consultation for this, General?
Yeah, we did that before the approval of the ordinance. We did a series of public consultations in the city, and these were actually documented.
Okay. And then also, yeah, just a reminder that there are part of it that's automated. I'm just getting the message here as well from the team saying that it's automated, but you have also a team that look at that afterwards. So part of it is automated, but there is an adjudication board with real humans that will basically go through. It's not all AI, in other words. Is that a fair way to say it?
That's very correct, James.
All right, we just want to be clear with people because I know a lot of people are get a little tense about things like this. But okay, let's just keep on. Let's see if we have any questions here in the audience. If you do, pop them in. Otherwise, I have a few more questions of my own, but everybody needs to. This is your chance, I guess. NCAP should be applied. I'm getting normally people can the individual being penalized get a copy of the CCTV recording from Jolly Ong?
How's that again?
Jolly is asking, can the individual being penalized get a copy of the CCTV recording?
The fact is, the video recording and still pictures are available at anytime they do request.
But the video is something that you can't give up, or how about the video?
It's possible to furnish them. It's possible, James, to furnish them upon request. Video footages can be furnished the violators also.
Okay, so that's part of their rights that they can expect that if they really want to see it and get a copy of it, they can get a copy of that for their own purposes. Okay. Popping along here, a lot of people saying goodbye kamote drivers and stuff like that. So there's a lot of support here. I guess people are a lot more support than the first time around. Maybe they're getting a little bit used to it. So let me just ask about where should they go if they receive their no contact violation? It's City Hall, you said?
Yes, we have our command center and office in charge of assessing and receiving payment of violations at Quezon City Hall.
Okay, so you can go over there to get, if you do even also have problems, that's where the adjudication board is. So I'm navigating through several different pages here because I want to make sure I give everyone a chance to ask our question. All right. Why, Edwin T asks, why penalize the owner of the car? Can you pop that one up there? Why penalize the owner of the car and not the driver?
Actually, this is included in the adjudication process. The owner or uh, the owner of the car, which is reflected in the OR and certificate of registration, is assumed to be the driver. Now, there's a mechanism where they can nominate
Again.
the driver, the real driver, who can be penalized also. But if they do not pay for the penalty, we have to go back to the registered owner for the payment.
Okay. All right. So if that's the case, so people, right. Sorry, I got a message here from. Now, you were saying that the driver is basically responsible. Okay, the owner of the car is responsible for the driver. So the default is the owner. You can nominate the driver. How long does it take before you get your violation? If let's say I send my car and I have another person driving it, and they run a red light or something, how long before I can expect to get that violation sent to me so that I can identify that driver?
According to the IRR, tickets will be delivered to the address of the registered owner in 15 days. And it has to be paid and redeemed in 30 days maximum.
Okay, so within 30 days, it will get to you?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay, and you have 30 days to pay that or contest it.
Correct.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the public that I haven't covered before we let you go? Is there anything in particular that we haven't mentioned?
At the moment, James, we're still in the piloting stage. In fact, we started deploying 3 cameras in some strategic intersections in the city. And in a week's time, most probably by next week, we'll be able to deploy all 15 cameras. And by that time, we'll be fully operational already. Photographs can be taken at this point in time for some violations committed by the motorists or users of roadways, but they will not be assessed or they will not be made to pay for the violation at this point in time.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing more on your side, let's do one quick scan on the questions here from the viewers. I guess that's been answered by Sid, is the one about how long. That's been answered, 30 days. Can payment be contactless too? I mean, via bank transfer, GCash, PayMaya, etc., or online payment system?
We're actually working on that, but at the moment, they have to report to the city treasurer's office to pay for the violations.
So at the moment, they need to physically show up.
Yes, yes, James.
Do you plan to have the payments online at some point?
It's in the works. It's in the works already, James. We actually planned for that.
Okay, so at some point they can expect that if there's no contest violation, all of this can happen with no contact and no physical presence required.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure we've covered everything, unless there's something that one last thing that you want to say.
My point is, motorists should not worry because our concern is safety of the road users. We're trying our best to discipline kamote drivers, as you said. And this is one of the interventions we thought of in, improving the traffic situation in the city, especially control and direction of the traffic when it comes to apprehending violations.
Okay, well, that's fantastic to hear. At least it's a great start. Seems like the pilot episode or the pilot program in Manila worked very well. So thank you very much for joining us here on the show today, General Elmo San Diego, Head Department of Public Order and Safety for Quezon City. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you very much, James.
All right, and that wraps up basically our end cap. Oh, almost kicked my thing there. The end cap, and this is something that I can, like I said earlier, personally at least share an experience, not my own, but the friend's I'm close to this guy, and he had a situation in Manila, and they are, because I see a lot of comments here going, I hope it's not going to be a lengthy process. I can only share you what I know, and what I know is what my friend told me was fine. He was very happy, and he's actually quite hard to please. So judging by that, I think that they've started off on the right foot, and I don't think any of us have any issue with a no contact violation or people being disciplined on the road. I think the only concerns or the apprehensions that people were having were whether they'd be treated fairly. Obviously, sometimes when it's AI involved, you don't feel like you might have the proper human recourse to be able to, speak to a human. Now, this is a double-edged sword, because that when you speak to a human, that's where the potential for corruption comes in, and lagay and all these other ways to solve it, right? And then we go back to square one. So yes, it's not a perfect system perhaps, and I'm sure there will be situations where somebody might get called out, but overall, so long as they keep doing it the way they've been doing it, this is something I think we should support. So they've got a tough job ahead of them, because they have to remain fair, they have to remain transparent, and on the motorist side, well, we just have to drive better. So hopefully everybody pulls their weight, and we can have safer roads as a result. Well, that wraps up that. So, okay, we are going to go straight into the raffle, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. And for that, we need Rocket, the raffle dog. What you got there, Rocket? Okay, we also have, I think we have some problem with raffle music too. We have the raffle graphic. We just don't have the raffle music because it's a long story. Well, unless you can hear it, and I'm the only one who can't hear it. But anyway, so there is our raffle dog, Rocket. Looks like he is been given, I don't know, does he look like he has a bit of motor light in him? No, he looks like he's a little bit low bat. No, he's awake. He's awake. Okay, before he gets all sleepy on us, let us draw the first raffle. This is for the Oakley Bag, I believe, X?
Yes.
Nod Rocket's head if it's a yes. Okay, there you go, the Oakley Bag. I think what I liked about this Oakley Bag is it had the zips were, water resistant. So, just for light showers. You can't swim with this, but this is one that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate, especially as we're getting a bit more wet weather. Ready, Rocket? Press that button. Oh, man, Rocket, you do that so well. Rocket with all these fans out there. So this is the Oakley Bag. Leslie Gavina, congratulations. Okay, pop us a message within 24 hours so we know that we can get that prize out to you. Please be polite. And then we've also got now the fans. I think there are 4 fans here, correct? 4 fans. Wow, those look like human fingers, Rocket. You've been working out. Okay, so the winner of the 4 fans is... Dun, 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 dun. Show us that paw of yours, Rocket. Watch this. Look at this paw. Look at this hairy paw. Rocket, you could look a little more engaged. Hurricane Twin ground floor fan. What about the next one? Fan. Here. Congratulations to all of our winners. Awesome stuff. You'll be blown away by that. Okay, there's another pun. Well, that's an awesome prize to win. So pop us a message and we'll get that out to you. Especially the more polite you are, the faster. Not really. We'll just be polite. That's all. Okay, bye, Rocket. Thanks for joining us. And that's all we got time for. So thanks for joining the stream. Congrats to the winners. For those who didn't win, next week, we're going to do this all over again. So stay tuned for that. So till then, be kind to one another. Bye, guys.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop